Hello my loves, it's Kat, how are you? So today we have another pick a card, and today's pick a card is going to be about your future spouse. Whatever I can dig out, personality, what they're going to be like, how are they going to feel about you, how do they make you feel, I'm going to let you know. And yeah, so what you need to do is to choose a card or a crystal. We have card 1 with crystal cola. Ooh. And card 2 with blue howlite, and card 3 with moss agate. So when you have made your decision, go down to the description box to find a timestamp. I will give you a few seconds to decide, and when you're ready, I will see you at your reading. Ready? Let's go. Hello my beautiful pile number 1, so you chose the crystal cola, and the Prince of Fall, or Autumn, however you like to say that word, or, well, yeah. I'm going to read the little story they have in the little book that the cards came with. It's in Finnish, so consider this a little moment of ASMR. I'm then going to translate the story. So yeah, I'm gonna begin. Eräänä syystalven iltana Keijujen maassa prinssi päätti kohdata valtavan lohikäärmeen ja pelon sekaista kunnioitusta tuntien kävi taistoon petoa vastaan. Hän kokosi kaiken rohkeutensa ja tahdonvoimansa, ja pitkän taistelun jälkeen hän saikin lohikäärmeen kupistettua. Silloin tapahtui jotain merkillistä. Lohikäärmeen voima siirtyi prinssiin tehden tästä kaikkien aikojen vahvimmat soturin. Samalla prinssi kuitenkin alkoi katua tekoaan, sillä nyt hän tunsi sydämessään lohikäärmeen kunnioitettavat tunteet ja voiman. Tämän jälkeen prinssi ei koskaan enää surmannut yhtäkään lohikäärmettä, vaan niistä tuli hänen liittolaisiaan. So here's the translation. One night in the fall, in the fairyland, the prince decided to conquer this great dragon, and even though he was scared, he attacked the beast. He gathered all of his strength and willpower, and after a long fight, he did manage to conquer the dragon. But that's when something strange happened. The power of the dragon went inside the prince and into his heart, and this made him the greatest warrior of all times. But as soon as that happened, the prince started to regret what he had done, because now he could feel the respectable feelings and power the dragon had in his heart. And after this, the prince never slayed another dragon, but they became his allies. So I am totally getting some How to Train Your Dragon vibes, absolutely. Not just because of the dragon, but the fact that, well, if you haven't seen How to Train Your Dragon, you probably should. Yeah. I only have seen the first 2. I'm going to see the 3rd one later, but I still haven't, so I don't know what happens in it. But I would like to think that, what was his name? Hiccup is his name. That he became the greatest leader of, you know, what is it, their group of people? No, their, what were they called? What did they call each other? Well, anyway, a great leader of his people. And he has compassion. He has this compassion. Because, like, you know, in the first How to Train Your Dragon movie, the boy, Hiccup, he intended on killing the fastest and the most dangerous dragon nobody ever knew about, the Night Fury, that nobody had even seen because it was just so fast and deadly. And so he built this thing, this slingshot net that captured the Night Fury, and then he happened to find him in the forest, and then he realized that he had actually injured him. He was missing, or she was missing a part of her wing, so she wasn't able to fly anymore. And you know, like, he went there intending to kill her to gain the respect of his father and everything, but then the empathy that he had, he just couldn't. He wanted to help her, and so she built, I'm sorry, like, I'm from Finland, so I obviously speak Finnish, and this is really difficult for me because in the Finnish language we don't have the gender tied to the word she or he. It's basically when we talk about someone, you can't tell the sex or the gender of that person. And so for me, because now I'm speaking English and you have to be able to tell the gender of the person by, or the sex that they identify themselves as with that word, I get them mixed up a lot. So bear with me. I'm sorry that happens, but it's hard for me, you know? Because basically when we speak about someone, it's like the word it, like you can't tell the gender or the sex of that person by the word if you call them an it, you know? So yeah, I might say he, I might say she, that just happens, that's just me. I'm sorry. But you know, if I keep saying like a he or I keep saying like she, then and you pick up on that, it might be a message. If you are if your sexuality is a bit more fluid, obviously, but yeah, if you know what you're into, then you know what exactly you're into. Anyway, the point is, he then helps the dragon because was she able to feed herself? I think so. But either way, they kind of like became friends, and Hiccup started learning about dragons, you know, because of her, and it became a beautiful, not even a friendship, it was more like a ride or die, a partnership, more like a ride or die kind of thing. And because dragons in that movie, they're considered as, you know, terrible things and pests, and you know, like, yeah, like not a good thing. So he sort of changes everyone by teaching them about dragons and such. So that is something that is very, very important there. I wonder, no, not yet. I'm gonna try these cards. I don't know if these oracle cards are the best choice for this sort of reading, but I'm going to try. So let's get something. Pile number 1, Spirit Guides. What can you tell me about their future spouse? Mindfulness, peaceful presence, quiet mind. Okay, so this actually goes very well into this. I do feel like this future spouse that you will be having, or getting, I don't know. I don't know what the word here is. It's fine. Either way, I do think that this person is quite spiritual, at least in some way. I feel like they have done a lot of inner work, a lot of shadow work, a lot of work, and they are very conscious of their actions and their feelings and who they are. I do feel like they will be meditating a lot, and I also feel like they are very connected. why does that sound so weird to me right now? Connected. Anyway, to nature. And I feel like they might have some psychic abilities that they are aware of. And yeah, I feel like they will teach you a lot. It's kind of like they might not be significantly older than you, but they feel older, if that makes sense. Kind of like... Also, I'm getting like silver fox vibes here. Like they would look really good with some silver in their hair. I don't know why this is coming to me, but yeah. Yep. So yeah, totally. I've already done that deck. Let's get some tarot. Yeah, let's get some. So, pile number 1. Anyway, they will be teaching you a lot. They will teach you a lot about patience, about being mindful, how you don't always have to react. I feel like you might be a little bit fiery and they might have this calming presence in your life. Oh, yes, this makes absolute sense. King of Water, compassionate, understanding, trustworthy. The King of Water is someone, or King of Cups. The King of Cups is someone who has a lot of emotional maturity. Like they are very... I just realized that we're not seeing all of the cards, but then I'm just gonna... Sorry, just fixing it a little bit so we can see all of the cards fully. Sorry about that. Yes. I feel like they will be an incredible father, actually. Like, yeah, absolutely. Or a stepfather even. I'm also getting some... have you read It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover? And the second book in the series is It Starts With Us. I'm getting some Atlas vibes. Yeah, I'm getting some Atlas vibes. Atlas is very emotionally mature. She grew up with a very abusive mother and stepfather, and that sort of... I feel like that is actually how he gained all this emotional maturity. And it's almost like because he had a very abusive stepfather, it's almost like he would be an excellent one. Or, you know, regular father. It doesn't have to be a stepfather, but if you have children and these children would become their stepchildren, he would be incredible with them. Absolutely incredible. Just 1 second. Sorry about that. I get a text message. Somebody is shopping for me some groceries and I thought it was gonna be a quick okay, but it was not. So, yeah. I wonder where I was though, because I don't remember anymore. Atlas? Were we talking about Atlas? Yeah. Anyway, if you haven't read that book, I think you probably should, because that kind of gives you an idea of who this person is going to be. I'm totally getting some Atlas vibes. It could also be because this is not the first time I have gotten Atlas vibes in a love reading. So it could be that you actually checked out my last reading, which was a regular love reading, I think. And there was a pile there that had a very similar vibe. So you may be from that pile. So welcome, hi. Good to see you again. Yes, fantastic. So Yes, and they are very, 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 very loyal, very trustworthy. They just make you feel so safe and secure and loved. So, so loved. But yeah, let's get some more cards in. Pile number 1, Spirit Guides. Okay, cool. Actually, no. Yeah, I'm gonna take all of these. We have challenge, determination, resistance. If I didn't say it, it was 7 of fire, 7 of wands. And then we have 6 of earth, charity, generosity, windfall. And then we have Queen of Earth, gracious, practical, capable. So yeah. They have had some big challenges in their life. That is for certain. Absolutely. And they are very giving. You know, like I'm seeing Atlas, like later on, like this is not a big this is just a side thing in the box, but somebody breaks into a restaurant and they only take breadsticks, and and Atlas is like, well, people are asking if he's gonna press charges or anything, and he's like, no, I'm not gonna. Because I broke into a restaurant once, and I did that because I was hungry, and if they only took breadsticks, then yeah, they needed them. So yeah, there is this, they're just so understanding. And I feel like I'm also getting, have you seen The Flight Attendant? And in the second season, what's her name? Cassie Bowden is her last name. Cassie Bowden. She is with this guy, really great guy, Marco, in the second season. He also has that really nice, really cool vibe. And he's just like a decent guy. I'm also getting like a guy vibes here, that this might be male or somebody who identifies themselves as male. It doesn't have to be, obviously. These are really great qualities in a woman as well. And yeah, I feel like they are going to make a name for themselves in a way. I feel like they're one of those people who come from nothing, absolutely nothing, and they make something of themselves. And it's not like, for them, money means security, because, well, he comes from nothing, so when he thinks of money, he thinks of security. So it's not like, this person doesn't seem like a frivolous person, someone who would spend thousands on clothing or anything. Well, some items, sure, but it's not like that's something they do. How do I explain this? Like, they are not for flashy things, okay? Like, they don't really care about all that. They are practical. They are very practical with their money. And yeah, let's get some more cards then. Should I or should I not? I also don't know how these cards are gonna work in a reading, but we are going to see. Actually, let's do these first. This is a little bit more interesting in my opinion. So how are they going to... Ooh, okay, crap. Let me just grab the half of the deck from the floor. And let me adjust my seat. Okay. Okay, and now I'm stuck. I give up. I give up. Okay. Did I? Oh, just once more for luck. So, pile number 1, Spirit Guides. How are they going to make you feel? How are they going to make you feel? Resilience, finding your limits. Interesting. Wow, okay. I think they are actually going to help you reclaim your power. They're going to teach you something very, very important. Something incredibly important. In life, obviously, but I feel like it's almost like they will be finding you at a time where you desperately need their help. That's what it feels like. It's almost like they come in as a shining knight. What is it? A shining white knight? No. White knight in a shining armor. Shining white knight. Oh my god. Yeah. Shining white knight. Oh my god. I'm gonna use that. So yeah. And now I snorted. Great. So before I do anything more embarrassing, let me get you the message. So yeah, it feels like they come into your life at a perfect timing. And I do feel like this might start as a sort of like a teacher-student type of relationship. Some sort of a mentor. For some of you, I'm actually, okay, so this might be just for one of you, and if you resonate with this, then I'm speaking directly to you. For some of you, or for one of you, this person might be a sponsor. I'm thinking of like AA or NA, some sort of a sponsor, someone who helps you through difficult times. Now that I said that, have you read Seven Sisters and The Sister of the Sun? Or Sun's Sister? I don't know, because I read the book in Finnish, so I only know the Finnish title, but it was like Sister of the Sun, I think. It was the second to last. Yeah, second to last book in the series. The sixth book. Yeah. I think, maybe, I'm not sure. Anyway, I think his name was Miles. The one who ends up with Electra. If you have read that book, then you know what I mean. I feel like there might be that sort of relationship thing happening. Because Miles is not, so Electra is actually in AA. And she meets Miles. She meets Miles in a, what are they called? The places where you go, rehab. So she meets him in rehab, and he's not technically her sponsor, but he becomes a very close friend and then a love interest, and yeah, it goes kind of well. And you know, like, it's her first time at the rehab, but Miles actually, he comes there every year. He has been sober for 5 years, and he goes there every year to kind of like remind himself of like what he has to lose, I think, if he would ever to relapse or something. I might be remembering things a little bit differently. But anyway, yeah, there is that sort of like, you have something similar, you went through something similar in your life. It's the same with Atlas and Lily in It Ends With Us and It Starts With Us. Because they both come from childhood of abuse. And they kind of connect by that. I feel like you have some sort of similar situation that you are able to connect with. But they are kind of like several steps ahead of you, sort of. So they kind of become more of a mentor to you, because I feel like you are a little bit like a newbie at something, and then they come in and they have done this a million times, and he or she teaches you some things and they fall in love, and it's beautiful. And you both are this incredible source of strength and stability. You find that in each other, and it is so, so beautiful. We're gonna get the last card. So, did I already? No? Well, once more for luck. I never remember if I've already done that or not, so I just do it every time, basically, when I pick up a new deck. So pile number 1, what message do you have from my beautiful pile number 1s? Considering this future spouse of theirs. Oop, okay. 7 of Michael. There is a better course of action available to you. Working alone might not be the best answer. Review all the details. Okay, so I think that is actually... I took this deck as kind of like a instructions for where you are currently. Like, I'm assuming that most of you do not know this future spouse yet. So I took this deck as more of like a guidance for people in this moment. So yeah, I forgot to mention that. But yeah, that's why I took this deck. And yeah, and it's funny because it says, working alone may not be the best answer. You are supposed to be working with someone. I feel like you have this pride. You have this strong pride of being able to manage alone. And I kind of love that about you. And I can relate. I can relate. And that also speaks to me, or kind of lets me know that you have some sort of trauma in your past that made you believe that doing things alone is the best way, because then you can depend on yourself and nobody else. And when you depend on yourself, nobody else can let you down, because you know that you will never let you down, because, well, it's you. So yeah, they will help you with something in the future, but you have to be able to accept their help when it presents itself. So when this person does come around, and you know that they have a lot to teach you, and you know that they want to help you, don't push them away, because you might just miss out on something much greater. So yeah, I think this is what I had for you. I really hope you enjoyed. I would really love to read for you again, and I hope I see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 2. So you chose the blue highlight. And number... oh, there are no numbers. This is autumn, and this is Ylenpalttitus, which is a bit of a hard word to translate. I feel like it means lavish, like someone who is lavish. Well, there is a story of each card in the little book that the cards came with. So I'm gonna read the little story and then I'm gonna translate it because it is indeed in Finnish, but consider this a little ASMR. So let's keep going. Pitkäkyntinen helmenkeräjä kahlaa pienimmätkin joet etsimässä simpukoita uusien aarteiden toivossa. Kovin kaunis otus ei helmenkeräjä ole. Ehkäpä juuri hänellä on pakottava tarve haalia toinen toistaan hohtavampia helmiä niin paljon, että voisi lopulta olla kokonaan niiden peitossa. Joka kerta uuden helmen löydettyään hän tuntee, ettei kauniimpaa helmeä voisi koskaan tulla vastaan. Vaikka itse löydetyt aarteet ovat helmenkeräjälle tärkeitä, hän pystyy kuitenkin jakamaan niitä myös muille. Ahkerana keräilijänä hän löytää aina lisää helmiä kokoelmiinsa. So, let's translate this. The long fingered pearl collector will swim through the most shallow rivers looking for clams or other treasures, even though he is not very beautiful. He has this aching need to keep searching for more and more beautiful pearls so that he could eventually be all covered in them. Every time he finds a new pearl, he feels like there is not more beautiful pearl like anywhere else. Even though these treasures are very important to pearl collector, he is still able to share them with others. And because he is a very big collector, he always finds more pearls in his collections. So what I get from this card, don't pay any attention to, even though he's not very beautiful, I do actually think, because I'm getting this vibe of someone who loves beautiful things, who loves fashy things, who loves watches and shoes and clothes and glasses, sunglasses, you know? This is someone who really likes to look good. Yeah, they really do. And they like a lavish lifestyle. But the thing is that they are actually very hardworking. Very hardworking. And they are not... They're not as... How should I explain this? Self-indulged as someone might think that they are. I feel like they are very gentle and they are very giving and they just really want people to feel good around them, and people actually really do. And he will loan money, he will, or she, remember, oh yeah, this is something that I have to mention to you as well. I'm Finnish, I'm from Finland, so I speak Finnish. And we do not have a word for he or she that reveals the sex or the gender of the person or the sex that they identify themselves as. In Finnish, the word for he and she, it's kind of like the word it. Like you can't tell the sex or the gender at all. So when I'm speaking English, I sometimes mix she and he. So this is something that often happens. Although if you pick up on it, like she or he, that might be a clue to you. But remember, like when I say he or she, it doesn't matter much. For me, it's really hard to talk about someone without using the word he or she, so I don't know. We will deal with it as the time comes, but keep that in mind. Yeah. Oh, I need to cleanse these first. So pile number 2 is spirit guides. What message do you have about these future spouse of theirs? What are they going to be like? I'm also getting like they are really nice to service people, like waiters and waitresses, and well, everybody. They're like really, really nice, and you know, like often it might be that they are, I don't know. How should I explain this? Like, I feel like they might. I feel like they might have a sort of like a resting bitch face or something that people often think that they might be assholes, but they're not. They're not at all. And so we have Angels of the 7 Chakras, Power, Truth, Connection. So, interesting. I also noticed in my last reading when I was editing it, I say interesting so many times. It's so annoying, and I'm gonna try and stop that. I just caught myself saying it. So, yeah. They are very aligned. I feel like they are very connected to themselves. I feel like they have been working on themselves a lot. I also feel like they have been working on themselves internally and physically. I do feel like they have this need to be the best version of themselves. They are very into manifesting, and they do feel like they have manifested the life that they have, absolutely, and they have also manifested you. That is kind of like one of the biggest flexes for them. Like, they manifested you. And that is so funny. Yeah. And do I have something else to say about that card? I do feel like they are rather spiritual, but they are a lot in their masculine energy. Now, this has nothing to do with sex or gender. They're just really connected to masculine energy, like being in the 3D, being grounded and making money and working on physical aspects of life, like their physical bodies, for example, and their money and such. So they are very connected to their masculine energy. So let's get some tarot cards then. Spirit guides, what can you tell us? Okay, Page of Water. Ooh. Sensitive, open-hearted, intuitive. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. They could be Pisces, because I never noticed, even though it's rather obvious, but there's actually a fish in the cup. This is rather normal, I feel like, with the Page of Cups. There often is a fish somewhere hidden in the card, but this time I'm actually getting a lot of Pisces energy. They might be Pisces, actually. Yeah. Yes, they are very open to people. I feel like they love having people around. They are very social. they are extroverted, and they love having fun. But I also feel like they might not be having fun in a lot of ways that other people see having fun. For example, I feel like they might, like, let's say other people feel like having fun means clubbing and drinking and partying. I feel like this person might even be sober. Like, they just really value keeping their head clear and keep being connected to their bodies. They listen to their bodies really, really well. And yeah, they really appreciate their bodies. I don't know, this could be that they had some sort of health concern in the past, and now that they are healthy, or they have this sort of this thing under control, they really appreciate what their body can do. And yeah, let's get another card. Let's see what happens. But personality wise, they are so kind. I'm getting, oh, but I don't remember his name though, so that doesn't work. Because it doesn't help if I say, there was this guy in this show. I don't remember his name, or I actually don't remember anybody's name. That's not very helpful. It was in Society. And I just remember that he turned out to be gay, but he was the cutest guy there. I had a little crush on him. He had this black hair, I think. And then he, like, it was a, I really hate that when it's a plot twist when somebody turns out to be gay. I mean, like, I don't hate it, but I wish, like, we could get over that. Like, it's not a plot twist anymore. Like, it's a normal thing. Okay, like it's not a plot twist if a girl falls in love with a boy, unless maybe the boy is the evil baddie, you know. That's when it's a little surprising, but it's not a plot twist. Like, we don't have to make it a plot twist. Anyway, if you happen to remember that boy in the show called Society, then yeah. Oh, we had 3 cards. Okay then, well, let's take all of them. So we have 9 of Water, wishes, dreams, happiness. Yeah, they are totally manifesting their life. They are very much into manifestation, and they are currently manifesting you. We have ego, illusion, dependency, materialism. See, the funny thing is, like, we have, like, with that card, I feel like, I suppose this card is supposed to, because this is supposedly the Devil card, which is about being chained to something, and this card takes the side of the meaning, as in it's an illusion that you're chained to something, that you're in a cage of something, or you feel like, let's say, like, I'm gonna adjust my seat, or hold on, what was I gonna say? Like, let's say alcohol, for example. Like, you might feel like you are chained to that or something, but this card takes the side of it that it's an illusion. Like, this bird, they think that they are captured in a cage, but the door is open, but they're not flying away because they think that they're captured. In this reading though, like, I feel like this card is here to tell us that, like, he gets it, or she gets it. Like, they have been there, they have been in the cage, and they see that cage for what it is now. Like, maybe there has been some, addiction issues, for example, because I did have that, because I did get that feeling that they might actually be sober. But this could also be not happening because of an addiction, but because maybe there was a lot of alcohol around when they were children, and so they don't want that in their lives now that they are adults, and they don't want to indulge in that way. So it doesn't have to be an addiction, but or it could just be a health thing, that they want to optimize their health, so they are cutting out alcohol, they are sober, they don't indulge in that way. But I feel like they have this like bird's eye view of everything that's going on Earth. Like they are quite detached. But it doesn't mean that they don't enjoy life in many ways. Like I said, like they love to, I feel like their love language is giving gifts and words of affirmation. I feel like that's what they do. Like they love giving gifts. And I do feel like they love buying things as well. Like they like to look good. And I feel like you are the most beautiful pearl to them. Yeah. Like they love that. So we have King of Earth as well. Prosperity, generous. Oh, it was generous. For some reason I read like generosity, but I couldn't get that out. And then we have successful. Yes. I have, yeah, this is something that I found as well. Prosperity, generous, successful, totally. They have money. They are rather wealthy or very well off, and they do feel like they have manifested this wealth. But they're like really smart about it though. Like they do buy things for themselves, obviously, but it's not like they are going to it's not like they are going to like spend their money, you know, like all of it. Just sometimes they like to, that is the way they like to indulge. I just got that. Like that is how they have fun. Like they go shopping. They buy things that make them feel good, but in a very healthy way. Like I want to support the picture that I have of myself. Okay, so then we have, ooh, yeah, let's get this card now next. So, how are they going to make you feel? How does this vision, contemplating the future? I told you. They are huge on manifestation. And they have a lot of plans for their future, like a lot of plans. And I feel like they don't just get, they seem to me to be a jack of all trades. And, you know, the jack of all trades is a master of none, but still better than master of one. So they do have a lot of dreams for themselves. It's kind of like, you know, like they want to build their own business, and they want to write a book, and then they want to maybe do content, and then they probably want to travel the world, and then they want to open up a restaurant. Like they have these like different visions for themselves. And every day they thrive to wake up as the best version of them. I don't know why these are also wonky on camera. I don't like that. Okay, that's better. So yeah, they make you feel inspired, and they're also like really excited about your visions as well, because they're kind of like a person who gets really excited really fast, and they love that they can actually like imagine their future with you. They are a planner, but also kind of like impulsive in a way. Like they might just decide to go on a trip to Greece and they book the ticket like the day before. But then as well, they kind of like to plan as well. Like they have this healthy mix of both. I like that. So this card is going to give you some advice on where you are currently. Like how can you manifest them better and stuff. Or like where you are, or some advice, or where you might be able to find them. So yeah, did I already did this, but well, one more time for luck. So yeah, what advice do you have for my beautiful, beautiful pal number 2? What advice do you have for them in their current situation? Oh, okay, we have 2. All right. Okay. Ooh. 10 of Raphael. Love and blessings fill your life. Harmonious relationships with family members. Happily ever after. Yes, baby. Oh my god. So if you were wondering like, am I gonna die alone? No, the fuck you won't. No, the fuck you won't. And like if you feel like, you know, like I've been a single for, oh actually this is funny because I just got that. Do you know in that song from how do you pronounce her name? Is it Fergie or Fergie? I don't know. You know, the song Clumsy that was like decades ago. I think it's Fergie. I don't know. I have no idea. Anyways, in between that song, she has this like a moment where she just speaks like, "In every time my boyfriend and I break up, my world is crushed and I'm all alone." And then there's a part, I don't remember it fully, but like a girl like me don't stay single for long. So I don't know if that was about you or about them, but I don't know, because I was gonna say if you had been single for a while and you're like, I'm never gonna find anyone. Yes, you are. You've just been like learning these lessons and working on yourself so that you can feel loved and accepted by this person, and also that you have been available for them when they would arrive. We also have 6 of Raphael. Embrace your inner child, new friends or rekindled relationships, children or childhood. Oh, is this someone you have actually met in your childhood? This could also be, actually, you know what? I think this person might be someone from your school or somewhere. I'm thinking school. I was gonna say maybe workplace, but I'm feeling like school. Like maybe you were in the same school back in the day, but you never really spoke to each other because maybe you were like in different, you had like an age difference, so you were in different grades and stuff. But I feel like you may know them, sort of, like maybe you never even met, but you were actually, or you lived in the same city or something. There is something that's connecting you. There's fate at play here. I swear, there's something going on. This is something that your spirit guides and their spirit guides have been trying to make happen for a very long time. And when you do meet, it's kind of crazy because it's a bit like, you know, like I'm from this place and they're like, oh my god, so am I. And then I went to this school. No way, so did I. And then like, you know, when I was like 20, I lived in this city and they're like, oh my god, so did I. Like, how did our paths never cross? There's that sort of energy, and let me tell you something. They did. They did. Maybe you just brushed each other's sleeves when you were in a grocery store, but you have met. You have met before. And this is, yeah, you have met. You have met. Somehow, you may not remember it, but you have met. Do you know, like, there has sometimes been like pictures of like couples, like or like a couple will like share a couple of pictures, like from the time that they didn't actually know each other yet, but they were in the same room or the same place at the same time, and they have a picture where that person is in the background. There's that sort of thing happening here, I swear to you. So yeah, this is so exciting. Anyway, this is what I had for you. I really hope you enjoyed. I would really love to read for you again, and I hope I see you in my next one. Bye. Oops, sorry guys, don't go yet, sorry. This has happened quite a few times where I'm cleaning up the desk and I get another message for the same pile. So I just put everything back as they were. I hope they are in the same places, but this is the message that I got. The reason why they are working on themselves so hard, especially on their physical appearance, is because when they were kids, I think they had a lot of insecurities. I feel like they were picked on a lot, and especially it was about their looks. And so this is the reason why they are working on so hard on their like outer appearance and stuff. But I want you to know that even though they like flashy things and beautiful things and work really hard on themselves, you don't have to feel pressured by that at all, because they understand insecurities and stuff, but they don't look for like outer beauty necessarily only. They look for, you know how like pearls, sometimes the pearl is just sludge inside, and sometimes they are a beautiful pearl. So they are looking for a pearl that is actually a pearl from the inside as well, not just a pearl that is filled with sludge. So don't feel insecure, because they love you. They love the way you look. They adore you in every single way. So this was a message that I really needed to get in there as well. So yeah, this is now what I had for you, and I really hope you enjoyed. So I hope I see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 3. So you chose the moss agate. And this is the winter card, and this talks about letting go. So I'm gonna read the little story that's inside, or the little book that the cards came in with. So yeah, the story is in Finnish, so consider this a little ASMR, and then I'm gonna translate the story. So let's get it. Surun ja murheen murtava Keiju kantoi harteillaan suurta taakkaa. Epävarmuus, lohduttomuus ja menettämisen pelko kalvoivat hänen sisintään ja söivät hänen elinvoimaansa. Uudet puhdistavat tuulet alkoivat kuitenkin puhaltaa Keijun elämässä tuoden mukanaan uutta raikkautta, kevättä ja valoa. Hänen oli tullut aika päästä irti tuhoisista ja ahdistavista ajatuksista ja antaa niiden lentää virkistävän muutoksen tuulen mukana kauas pois. So, This fairy was holding on a lot of heavy weight on her shoulders, and she was broken by grief and sorrow. And her insecurities and her sorrow was, and the fear of losing something was kind of like eating her from inside and eating her life force. But then these new purifying winds just started blowing in her life, and with it brought freshness and lightness and light. And she realized that it was time to let go of all of these destructive and distressing thoughts and feelings and let them fly far away with the wind of change. Far, far away. So yeah. Okay. Oops, sorry. I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna adjust my seat. Because, I don't know. I always sit on one of my legs and then it kind of starts sliding like further away from under me. So I usually have to kind of like sit down again. So, letting go. This person, this future spouse of yours, they have had a lot of sorrows in their lives, and they have felt depression, they have felt distress, and they have felt loss. But they have not let that take them down. It took them a while, but they were able to kind of, you know, send them away, riding that wind. So I kind of want to get another card to kind of like clarify things for me, because the messages are okay. We have ancestors, historical connections, and purposes. So first off, this person here, they are fighting a lot of generational traumas and wounds. They are having a lot of fights at the same time, and they have a very heavy destiny, and this is why they have so much to carry. And I feel like they might have a purpose in this life that is some way significant. Also, this is in a way, you have met them in a past life before. This person belongs in your soul family. You have had past lives with this person, several ones. I also get a feeling that this person might be... This is actually... I think that this message is actually just for one of you. So if this resonates with you, I'm speaking directly to you. This person might be an ex, and they feel like they had to let you go at some point in their lives. Maybe there was a distance thing. Maybe there was a time issue. There was something that came between you two, and they had to let you go. And they have never stopped thinking about you since. And they will be getting a second chance. You will be getting a second chance. And it's gonna be pretty great. So yeah, if that resonates with you,
you know, sometimes when you talk about an ex, if I would be getting that message, I've never ever known, I would cry and click off of this video. So if that resonates with you, take that message. If it doesn't, just let it go. It wasn't meant for everyone. You know in your heart if that resonates with you, if that feels even a little bit true. Okay, so there we go. We have the dreamer, beginning, believing, protected. Yes. They have a lot of dreams. I feel like they actually carry the dreams of their ancestors. I feel like this person is going to do a lot of things their ancestors wished that they could have done. And they have a lot of weight because of this, because they have a lot of desires. And they won't try a lot of things, but they are protected in this thing. But it's just that, you know, it could also be that they have this sense of like wanderlust, or they feel like they can't be happy living in one city. Like they need to be constantly moving. That might actually be the reason for some of you that they had to let you go at one point. So I feel like there is something that you need to understand about this person, is that they might not want to settle down the way people are expected to. They probably want to explore and travel and experience things. So that is something that you absolutely have to keep in mind if you want to make this work with that person. Pile number 3, spirit guides. Pile number 3. Oop. Okay. We have Ace of Air, inspiration, communication, adjustment. Yeah. I don't know what it is about this person, but they always feel like they are carrying something very heavy on their shoulders. I feel like they might have a sense of duty. I feel like they might want to, I think that this, when I was talking about their purpose, there's something that they're supposed to be fixing in this world, and they feel this duty very heavily. It weighs on their heart. And I feel like they might have this need, because right now I'm getting, what was his name though, because I don't remember his name. This was from Sweet Magnolias. It was Helen's first love. What was his name? I feel like he was he traveled a lot, but he was kind of like helping build schools and stuff in like third world countries, for example. And that is something that I remember. And he, at one point they were like engaged and they were going to settle down, and he was like, you know, it could be really fun, like over there, like we can move there. And Helen is like, no, you will find your place in Serenity. Like the town is called Serenity, and you will find your place here. Just hold on, settle down, and we can travel there sometime, but you need to find your place first. But he was never going to find his place. He was too restless. He needed to be out there serving his purpose. So, yeah, he has a feel of duty. There is something that he has come to Earth to fix. And unfortunately, he will choose that duty first, because if he doesn't fulfill this duty that he feels, it's kind of like a spark inside that if he doesn't guard that spark, if he doesn't do what he's expected to do, you know, duty was, this is not like society, this is not like other people, this is about him. Like if he doesn't do what he desperately desires to do, that spark will go out and the smoke will suffocate him or her. And they need to be out there fixing things. It could be like helping people in countries that things are not so well in. They might be out there helping them, or they might be out there helping nature, cleaning up the oceans, stuff like that. But they have to be out there doing things. So if you want to have that, you know, but then again, this is a future spouse reading, so I do think that you will be able to work it out. I'm just saying this warning here, like, you need to be flexible about this, and they will be flexible with you, but this is something that they truly need to be doing, and there is no way around it. We have Queen of Air, brilliant, experienced, humorous. You know, I actually feel that they may have been some sort of a royal in a past life, actually. They have this, they carry themselves in a way. But basically, they are very rational. They, it's kind of like they have a healthy balance of listening to their heart and listening to their mind. Like, they do what they know in their heart that they need to be doing, but they are doing it in a sensible way. And yeah, I feel like this thing may have been the thing that for some of you pushed you apart in the past, if that message was for you. Or it could be that there is a little difference between you two in the future. Like, this is not going to be the easiest relationships unless you are on the same frequency. Obviously, if you also have this deep desire to go out and help people, to help build a better earth, then obviously this is going to be a perfect match for you. But if you are someone who wants the house and the kids and the dogs and the cats and the work and the soccer practice, either something is going to change that view for you, or this is not your pile. Because some adjustments will be made in that way then. Yeah, let's get the last card of this deck. Okay, there we go. So we had 5 of Earth, lack of worry, assistance. Yeah. Yeah, they will be helping those who are less fortunate. It doesn't have to be like they are... Oh! I kind of get... Okay, so this is the person that I just got. Because I just felt like they don't have to be like... Now that this message came to me, like, they don't have to be like out there in Africa fixing things. They might be fixing things right where you are, actually, for some of you. Some of you will be out there, but some of you, they find something to fix over here. And that could be the homeless, that could be children, that could be women who are in a tough spot, but they are represented by this angel on the other side. And the person that, you know, I'm... because for every pile I get like a person from a movie or a TV series that kind of remind me of them. And for you, it was from Sweet Magnolias, it was Helen's first love. I don't remember his name though. And now I also got, what was his name though? Damn it. So this was in Travelers. And what was her name? Was it Macy? Macy or Travelers, Macy. Marcy, okay. And David was his name. He had a red hair, he was a social worker. And the funny thing is, like, this is something that I absolutely see this person doing. So he actually wins the lottery. And he doesn't know what to do with this money. So as he's a social worker, he works a lot with like homeless people. So he took all of that money and he gave it away to the homeless, like every single one. He bought things that they needed. He bought someone a bike and, you know, like stuff like that. Like, you know, he went out and gave that money to them because what was he going to do for himself? He knew a lot of people who needed that money more, so that's what they did. But he is so, or she, they are so, okay, I probably didn't say this to you. So I'm obviously, well, not obviously, but I'm from Finland, so I'm Finnish. So I speak Finnish. That is my mother tongue, is that the word? So in Finnish language, when we talk about she or he, that word does not tell the sex or the gender of the person. It's kind of like the word it, like you can't tell the sex by the word it, like you have no idea which one it may be. And so when I speak English, I keep forgetting that I need to know the sex of the person. And in this sort of reading where I don't actually know the sex, I often say like she or he, but I don't necessarily mean either one. It's just, I don't know how else to say it. Like this person, that person, I don't know. It's a little bit hard for me. So, you know, I say both all the time. So don't worry about that. But if you kind of like hear me say like, or I say he and you're like click, or I say she, or that might be it, then, you know, that might be a message for you. But just know that if I keep saying mixing she and he, yeah, if I keep mixing them, that's just because I'm Finnish. So don't worry about that. Okay, so, oh wow, we had actually one card in the wrong deck. I just realized that. That's a little crazy. Oh, it was the one card that was in the last pile. I thought it was going to be your card, but let's see if it pops out again, then it might be yours. So with this deck, we're going to find out, how do they make you feel? How do they make you feel? How are they going to make you feel then? Let's see. Ooh. Yeah, that's way too much. So a lot of feelings then. Yeah. How are they going to make you feel? But yeah, those are the two people that I get for you. And yeah, he's, David, oh man, he was really great in that show, especially. So if you haven't seen The Travelers, I think it's on Netflix. At least it is on Finnish Netflix. You might want to check it out just for that person, because I think that might be it. So pile number 3. How are they going to, how is this future spouse of theirs going to make them feel? Okay. Surrender, letting go of the darkness. Yeah. So I feel like you're actually bonding with these experiences that you have had as well in the past. Because I feel like you both have this darkness in you, and you both maybe have suffered with depression. And they found a way around it. They found that when they are helping people, that what makes them feel good. And that is their purpose. That is what they are supposed to be doing. I feel like this might actually start by them actually helping you or something. Or it doesn't have to be, but actually I think it does. Because, so Marcy, in Travelers, Marcy is actually one of his clients. You know, like, David was her social worker, so he was helping her. So I do feel like they were helping you in some way, but that also kind of like blossoms into love. Kind of like with Marcy and David. I do see that for you. I do. So yeah. They help you find love for life, if that makes sense. So this deck is about some advice you may need in your current situation, like how you may find them or where you are or something. The Chariot. Determination and self-control, career advancement, acknowledgement of success by others. So I actually think that you may need to relocate in order to find this person. You may find them, this could also, because this was, there's something about career. You might find them as you change careers or you change your work or something. But basically they help you out with something, and that something might be self-control in some way. It doesn't even have, I don't know. They could be like no, that would be inappropriate though if they were your therapist. But they could be like not an official therapist, I suppose. But yeah, there's something that they are helping you with, and it just turns into love. I feel like that is how it starts. They help you out in some way, and you sort of learn to understand how they live, and you see the beauty in it, and you get it. I don't know. That's a difficult thing to explain. But they are going to treat you as their king or queen. You are the best thing that has ever happened to them. And they feel so grateful that you understand that what they are doing is something that keeps them alive in a way, and that you accept it and that you understand. And that is so important to them. And boy, do they appreciate you. I feel like their love language is actually like doing services. Like doing services for you. That's their love language. And oh my god. They worship the ground beneath you, beneath your feet. Like they are just blown away by you. And I get this feeling like, what did I ever do to deserve them? But they did everything they could have done to deserve you, okay? Like they did everything they physically could, but they just can't believe their luck. And I don't know, there's just this, they are so freaking nice. My god, they are so freaking nice. Anyway, if you haven't seen Travelers, you better check it out, because David is your person, I think. So yeah, this is what I had for you. I really hope you enjoyed. I would really love to read for you again, and I hope I see you in my next one. Bye.